So the Super Mario Brothers movie is doing well. We have numbers for the first day, and that is $26 million. Now, it doesn't say if that's global or if that's just domestic. I'm not sure. All I have is what Deadline put here. Illumination, Nintendo, Universal's The Super Mario Brothers movie doesn't need a mushroom to get bigger. It just organically is. Out of the gate, Wednesday, sans Tuesday previews, the feature adaptation of the classic game is looking at $26 million for what's translating into a $86.2 million three-day total and a $127.5 million Wednesday through Sunday haul. Interestingly, even though its opening day was a Friday, Paramount, Sega's Sonic the Hedgehog 2 had a $26.3 million first day a year ago that included Thursday's previews. That film currently holds the three-day opening record for a video game feature adaptation with $72.1 million, a benchmark Super Mario Brothers is looking to squash. Should those figures hold up, Super Mario Brothers will rep the second best 5-day debut Wednesday through Sunday for an Illumination title after 2013's Despicable Me 2, which did $143 million. Now, I think definitely Mario can make more than that $127.5 million. These are just estimates. I think it could do really well. We just kind of have to wait and see what Sunday brings. But I think this movie is going to do very well because, one, school's out, I believe, because we are on Easter break or spring break, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to call it Easter break. So you've got a lot of kids at home, a lot of parents looking to do something. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to take them to see the Mario movie. And by going just off of critic reviews, you know it's not woke. It's not bringing in any kind of grooming material, which is the important thing here, okay? I'm less concerned with Girl Boss Peach than I am with grooming bullshit. And to be honest, from what I've heard, she's more of a helpful guide than a feminist biatch. That's the difference between Girl Boss and someone being helpful. From what I've been told, this is like a coming to age story, hero's journey for Mario. So she acts more like a guide. Mario takes a lot of jokes, like getting beat by Donkey Kong, but he rises up and at the end becomes a champion. It's a hero's journey. I'm also a fan of these games, and I'm perfectly well aware of what Peach can do. So I'm not concerned about it. What I'm sick of is the grooming material that these companies are putting into children's movies, and this movie appears to have none of it. So if you're looking for something safe and fun to take your kids to see, it looks like this movie is right up your alley. What I find funny about critics, and a lot of people have been pointing this out, saw this in Josiah Rise's video, and he's 100% correct. Here's critics in a nutshell. Remember cuties? They love this bullshit. 87% still to this day over on Rotten Tomatoes with a 15% audience score. Now, I don't know if I need to get into all the nasty shit that is in this movie, and there is a lot of it. We'll say, well, the movie's actually against exploitation. Well, you could have done that without zooming in on their private areas, maybe. That probably, I think that was unnecessary. Nobody wants to see that. And as Chuck Dixon said on a live stream once, the audition tapes, I'm sure, are missing. Somebody has those, and I'm sure they're being passed around in Hollywood circles. You know that they conveniently went with the last group that they auditioned. You know what that says to me is they never cared. They just wanted to get a bunch of footage of people of a certain age doing a bunch of dancing provocatively. So, Cuties, 87%. Critics love it. They fall over themselves to praise it, but they don't like something like Mario. Huh. Isn't that interesting? They don't like kids' movies, but they sure do like to watch them. Not the movies, if you know what I'm saying. So, this kind of sums Hollywood up in general here. 54% for Mario, fun, family-friendly movie. And then a degenerate, sick, disgusting, softcore porn movie, 87%. OMG, OMG. Hollywood in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen. At least the Hollywood media. Facts are facts. 87% fresh for Cuties. So, another weird thing going on that I've noticed with Mario right now is this. A lot of outlets are trying to push the old movie. Now, I've already done a video on this where some weirdo over at, was it Mashable or Paste, was crying about this movie and the new one being pro-capitalism. And this movie was socialist pushing, socialist utopia. It's so great and amazing. This movie is dog shit, and I'm forced to agree with Seth Rogen, who calls it one of the worst films ever made. I don't like Seth Rogen, but I'm going to agree with him on this. The old Super Mario Brothers movie is shit. And it's funny to see all of these critics now fall over themselves to try to prop this up as some kind of alternative to watch instead of the new Mario movie. I think that that's rather humorous because this movie sucks. The story behind this movie is actually pretty entertaining. I would highly recommend watching some documentaries on this movie. It's got an interesting story, particularly how they were all drinking and partying between scenes and the scripts changed on the fly. A lot of studio interference for this movie. Like, the scripts were changing while they were mid-filming, like filming, mid-production. They were still, like, shooting. They had half the movie shot, and they would change the script. It's actually kind of crazy. It's a really great example on why studios should, like, not interfere and just let people make the damn movie. Because who knows, maybe this could have been a good movie. We don't know. What I do know is weirdo critics don't like Super Mario Brothers, but they sure do love this movie. Sure do love this movie. Anyway, Super Mario Brothers going to do well, and I'm glad to see it. I like it when unwoke movies do well and critics hate them. Like, maybe this movie's just not, it's just not woke enough. If there had been some kind of progressive messaging, maybe if Mario put on a dress, this movie would have been praised by critics, because we know that they will jump all over themselves to suck each other off when a movie or even a TV show like Batwoman. Batwoman is a dog shit TV show. Probably, in my opinion, one of the worst television shows ever created, but it was super progressive. Critics jumped all over themselves to suck each other off for that show because of the progressive messaging. The plot, all of that shit was nonsense. It was a stupid show, but they still praised it and gave it a high review on Rotten. Like, the review scores combined to a good score for that series on Rotten Tomatoes. Why is that? Because it was progressive. The story didn't matter. So you can actually get a good score by just being progressive in your movie or television series with Hollywood critics. But if you just do a fun movie with a shitty story, which I'm sure Super Mario Brothers has, I'm sure the story isn't mind-blowing. This is a video game turned into a movie. Without progressive messaging, well, they're going to review bomb that one. And make no mistake, they are review bombing it. It's funny that when critics give things massive bad scores, it's never called review bombing. It's interesting, isn't it? It's only bad when audiences do it. You know why that is? It's because it's anti-corporate. You're not helping the corporation out for that. And these people live off the tit of corporations. As much as they want to sit there and whine about capitalism. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.